tracks have embedded spikes helping it to climb 600mm high obstacles. The lifting arm can hoist 70 kilos. The front-mounted knife can cleave and chop. It cost £1,000 and took 4 months to build.
Roboteers, stand by.
Robodoc, the next to take on the gauntlet.
At the front here we have a deadly spike for attacking other vehicles, which lifts up. Down here we have a cleaving blade for chopping open other robots. At the back we have 2 1-horsepower motors which drive the tracks, and the electric motor for the arm. It's all made out of aluminium. It's very strong, very light, and we hopefully get through to the final.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And generate 1 horsepower with the engines within Robodoc. Matilda comes to meet and greet. Shake a few hands, hoist the spike. This is a strong run by Robodoc. Can they get beyond Bash? And Killalot, the gauntlet is so difficult. There's Killalot's camera. I wonder what effect that deadly spike will have now. You can hear the engines roaring. I wonder if they can get up and over Bash with those spike-embedded tracks. Bash in there with a flamethrower, so too Killalot, hoisting them in the air! Oh, but look, Killalot's on fire! Killalot's aflame! Robodoc's in the air. I wonder if they've done enough. And what punishment to Killalot?
Well, how heavy is that thing?
About 80 kilos.
Coach, you seem to get picked up quite easily by Killalot, didn't you?
It's a lot more powerful. A lot of weight there in Killalot. Very powerful beast.
Think you've done enough to get through to the next round?
We hope so. We hope so, yeah, we hope so.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Robodoc.
Let's see if they've done enough. On the leaderboard, Robodoc, 0.3 of a metre ahead of King Buxton.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Robodoc captain Mike Franklin's building a hydrojet-powered surfboard. Slightly faster than this. Robodoc flipped up, but it won't matter. The tracks can roll this robot upside down. Matilda, good attack there. But Robodoc hanging on. You can see there the traction from the tank tracks. The clock ticks down. They've done enough. They've survived. Not quite the distance of King Buxton. 6.1 metres achieved though.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
King Buxton is the quicker, lighter, smaller robot, as you can see by a long chalk. Those titanium spikes look dangerous. This is good mobility, this is good style, this is good control, and it's pushed Robodoc into the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone, and dead metals, pincers, and the circular saw. Out they go. Done well to get out of there, and now Robodoc itself comes in on the attack, trying to get the lifting arm and the spike underneath the flip. King Buxton almost turned up itself there. There's Killalot's camera. Also Shunt coming in with a pickaxe. Damage sustained by Robodoc. Flipped up. You can turn it over, as we've said before, and it'll still come back. Look at the spike on the front of the lifting arm. Now King Buxton wheels and spins, trying to get back at Robodoc. Avoiding each other. Oh, my goodness me! Robodoc nearly went into the bit of oblivion, and Matilda's going to push him back there. Time is running out. Robodoc heaves back at Matilda. Again, it's turned up onto its head. Over the flaming bit. Charcoal Robodoc. It goes to the judges. They think they've done enough.
Spectacular fight. We have to rely on our panel of judges. And whilst they decide, let's see some highlights from that fight.
Right at the start, good mobility by King Buxton, getting away from Robodoc, pushing it into the perimeter patrol zone. Robodoc on the retreat from Shunt and also King Buxton in underneath. There's damage sustained, you see, from Shunt's pickaxe. Almost flipped onto its side. Now that would have been a problem. Matilda veering it towards the pit, just surviving. Who has won this great tussle?
Well, a decision has been reached by our panel of judges. It was such a spectacular fight. It's such a pity that one team's got to lose. But the judges have gone for King Buxton! Robodoc, as you did.
We did our best. It was a great fight.
It was a fantastic fight. And your robot was designed so well, because even when it flipped, it got a bit more effective, because the spike was lower.
Yeah.
But the judges went with them unlucky.
We loved that fight. We loved it.
One more fight and you're through to the series semi-finals.
Excellent. Can't wait.
You're feeling confident?
Feeling good now, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. King Buxton.
From North Hampshire, 101.
Perhaps the name comes from the fact it costs around 101 pence to build. Most of the parts donated, like the CO2-powered ramming spike, the HE30 alloy body shell, the weapon's capable of punching through steel plates.
Hi, I'm Mike. This is Paul and Amy. This is our Robot 101. It'll run either way up on the tracks. It's got a very complicated weapon system that automatically fires when another robot comes in front. Bang.
From Somerset, Overkill.
Bright and garish, 2 caravan motors and a petrol engine provide the power. A ramming fire axe and front-mounted chainsaw, the weaponry, cost 2 months and £2,000 to build.
I'm Lawrence, this is James, and this is Lawrence, and this is Overkill. It's driven by 2 caravan winch motors, overrun by 300%, to give us a top speed of 15 miles an hour. We have air springs at the front, which can raise it up and down, so that we can get underneath the robot, hopefully, and take them onto this 3 horsepower chainsaw.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's the Overkill team from Somerset then, with James Ewell and Lawrence Burke at the controls up there in the cherry picker, and 101.
3,
Mike Franklin,
2,
Paul Johnson and young Amy in the middle.
activate.
And immediately, it's Overkill trying to get underneath 101. As Lawrence Burke said they might try to do. The older Lawrence, that is, the team captain. Thing is, 101 has a fairly low ground clearance. It is riding piggyback up on Overkill. The tank track spinning furiously to get it away from the dreaded pit. Look at this. A great shove here by Overkill towards the pit and just turning away in time. And now Overkill. Has it gone into overdrive, I wonder, and burned itself out? What's happening here? Not a great deal of movement from Overkill. And this is dead metal. And the spinning blade slicing into the bodywork of Overkill. And I think they've got problems here. I think the Burke family and 16-year-old James Ewell have got worries. I don't think they can get out from the arena wall or dead metal. 101 has a little prod, a little tentative look to see what's going on, and they're away now. Out go Overkill, back into the main arena floor, away from the corner patrol zone, and 101 coming in with a side slam there. 101 Overkill equal to that, 1 or 2 slight scratches and smudges to the paintwork, otherwise Overkill undamaged, just like 101. This is a very tight clash. Oh goodness me, I thought they were going to drive themselves into the pit there. James Ewell and 14-year-old Lawrence Burke. He builds radio-controlled cars in his spare time and wants to be a movie star. Driving in now, Overkill underneath 101 towards Killalot. But look, no purchase of the Lance there. On the body shell of 101. Again, the tank track simply threw off Killalot's Lance, and we haven't seen that too often in Robot Wars. The nemesis of so many competitors, the great Killalot. There's young Amy in the middle with the mascot. Mike Franklin at the controls. Overkill, again, has these ponderous spells. Statuesque, what's that on the arena floor? Something's come off the bottom of Overkill. They're like a plate of some sort, but they're in trouble now. Killalot and Bash in there. Overkill flipped up by Killalot, and that's the end, surely. Flipped over. Well, it was a worthy old battle, and they know the end has come now. And it's merely a question of damage control. That was a good fight.
101 the victors. They go through.
Teams. Centurion with the axe and 101. A trundler.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
The Tates against the Franklins then, and 101 first to move. I've been down in the pits, you know, and had a look at those tracks. Couldn't understand why it had so much purchase on the arena floor. Screws stick out of those tank traps to dig into the arena floor, and it's Centurion doing all the work. With the front prongs lifting up 101, slamming it against the arena wall. There's Sergeant Bash, a lick of flame too. A lively start to this second round then. Centurion again using the prongs to get in underneath 101. We've not seen that weapon of 101 yet. The little spike, which is said to come into play on contact with an opponent. Well, we haven't seen that yet. Centurion with the, again, eagle showing clearly. Turning away like some great First World War tank. Slamming against another here. There is the weapon though of 101. Did you just see it flicking out there like a snake tongue? Didn't cause any damage. There it is, look. Goes back in, 101 off the arena. Spikes, using its own spike to nudge it against Centurion. Centurion lifts, throws into the CPZ, so Bash can come in with its front pincers. Also attacking Centurion. And the Tate team, Ray and Matthew Tate. Ray Tate wants to go and work for NASA, the space agency. Well, hardly a performance out of this world for either of these robots so far. Although it looks as if 101, I thought he was going to come in with a slam there on the side panel of Centurion, which is stuck as it on the arena wall. 101 on the attack. Is Centurion here immobilized? Let's have a look. There you can see the front prodding prong of 101, and still Centurion embedded on the arena wall and can't get away, and I think is immobilized here. Killalot agrees with me. The eyes are blinking of Centurion, but there's no one upstairs. And they are in real peril now. Killalot senses, so does Dead Metal. It's all over for Centurion. And the Roman wars are about to come to an end here. Et tu, Killalotte. Infamy, infamy. They've all got it in for me. The Centurion boys would cry. Oh dear. They're out. Well done, 101.
Well, we've got two robotic rams about to go head-to-head for a place in our series semi-finals, and one of them's going to get fleeced.
This is how they got there. 101, first of all, disposing of Overkill. Very, very tense that was. And then Centurion. Though Centurion on the attack, was 101 who came through in the end, using the weapon. And this is King Buxton against Eric. Backing itself into the pit. That was splendid. And then Weldor, of course. But damage sustained there, the front prong of King Buxton. Causing problems to Weldor, impaling it, and Weldor eventually pitted.
Own identity badge. It's very good. We like that. Now, is Bunny going to give me another wave? Yeah, when you're on your way up? OK, because I think that was a good luck thing. I think that worked for you last time. Do you think it's going to work this time, Bunny waving?
It better do. We want revenge.
You want revenge?
We want revenge, because they beat us last time with Robodoc.
Oh, I remember.
Yes, the 101 team were represented by Robodoc in the last wars, and King Buxton beat them. Driving in underneath Robodoc. Time and time again.
But the judges have gone for King Buxton!
And it didn't go down too well.
OK,
Who would have thought it would come to this?
Yeah, I know.
I know. We're going to have to fight like demons to beat him.
Are you?
But we must beat him.
What, I mean, you're quite well matched in terms of height and weaponry, aren't you?
Yeah, it's going to be so tough. It was tough last time. It was just the hardest thing. I mean, he's just such a good robot. He's just best track robot here.
High praise from King Buxton. How much of the victory so far taken out of that robot? Simon Harrison at the controls with Phil Brett. And 101.
3,
Mike Franklin, Amy Franklin.
1. Activate.
The little mascot, tight in her grip. Steady start, dancing around one another. 101 in underneath King Buxton. Two very, very similar looking robots. King Buxton the speedier, 101 slightly the heavier and taller in height, and driving up on the top there of King Buxton. Look at this now. Boom, up and over. But it has those great tank tracks with the screws embedded, and they cause damage not just to opponents but to the arena floor, let me tell you. Spike comes out of the arena floor. 101 onto the arena wall. What damage has been sustained by those front prongs on King Buxton? 101 turns to come in with a side slam, perhaps. Dodging manoeuvre by King Buxton, takes it back onto the arena wall. You could just see then the prong coming flicking out from the front of 101. It stayed out there again. Said to come into play on contact with an opponent, and it's King Buxton on the very fringe of a CPZ, and also the flame pit, the barbecue, and they're the circular saws on the arena wall. Taking damage themselves, and I think put out of play the circular saw there. A slam by King Buxton onto the arena wall. Now, thinking about an attack, needs to get away from dead metal. Turns, manoeuvres, dodging, trying to stay out of trouble. Now on the attack itself. That's a good push by King Buxton. 101 swivels. Great purchase here. Manoeuvrability, 101. Highly praised by King Buxton. King Buxton with that victory, of course, against Robo-Doc in the last series that went down so badly. Paul Johnson, part of the 101 team, built Robo-Doc. 101 up and over again. Again, no terrific damage sustained. Look at the power of 101. The circular blade on the back of King Buxton causing no trouble at all. There's the camera on top of Shunt, who tries to get his own axe into play, and could well here now have King Buxton at its mercy. Bang! On the top of King Buxton. The shovel lifts and flicks King Buxton into the air, bounces away. Again, Buxton on the attack. 101 dives in underneath. Very, very close this so far. Good old tussle, isn't it? Good control and technique, style. Not a great deal of damage sustained. I'd say probably more to King Buxton at this stage. Aggression, not a lot between the two of them. King Buxton riding high. There's smoke coming away from the wheels. Now, pensive. Is that smoke from the wheels, or is it graver than I thought there? No, it could just be exhaust smoke from King Buxton. We'll wait and see. Or is it? Have they ground themselves to a halt here? This looks as if they've gripped together in some grisly dance of doom. Slower and slower and slower as time ticks down. It'll go to the judges. They've worn themselves stand still.
Well, that was far too close to call. Two robots evenly matched. We're going to have to go for a decision from the judges. While they're making a decision, let's look at some of the highlights from that fantastic battle.
There, the early drive from 101 up over the top of King Buxton. The slam against the arena circular saw. Some damage was certainly sustained by King Buxton there. In came dead metal briefly. That's a good attack, though, by Buxton on the side wall of 101. Again, the push and shove. But by the end, they had nothing left to give.
The judges have made their decision. It's unanimous. That surprised me. But they've gone for 101! Can you believe it? You're through to the series semi-final.
Well, that was for Robo-Doc.
The revenge was sweet, was it?
Revenge was very sweet.
So how do you feel you're going to do in the series semis?
Well, if I can get it fixed, we got in with a chance. So.
It was a hard-fought battle, that one, wasn't it?
It was a very hard-fought battle. Bits of robot everywhere.
Give it up for 101!
Roboteers, stand by.
Against the 101 machine of Mike and Amy Franklin. This The first of the battles in this second semi-final.
1. Activate.
It's 101, moving away from the early charge of Scudder's Revenge to come in and up and over almost that front bulldozer blade. Great strength from Scudder's Revenge. Don't forget, that's its main weapon, and 101 pushed into the CPZ and very nearly under the hammer blow there of Shunt. 101, great traction and spinning, and embedded in those tracks are the screws, which don't do us any favours on the arena floor, I can tell you. Scudder's Revenge here looks mean and menacing. Well protected also by that aluminium body shell, but Mike Franklin, the controls of 101, trying to get in behind Scudder's Revenge, perhaps to detect an Achilles heel there somewhere. And of course, we'll want to get his own pneumatic spike into play. Should come into play when it detects another robot near, but we haven't really seen that, to be honest. Well, this, again, developing into something of a war of attrition here. 101, 79.5 kilos, slightly heavier than the Scudder's Revenge boys and their machine. Scudder's Revenge, digging in. Extra traction from its aluminium mono-chassis design tracks, but I'm not too sure whether there's any life in Scudder's Revenge to move forward. I think Scudder's Revenge here is in trouble. It's dug itself deep onto the arena floor, yes, to get traction, but it can't move, and Shunt, as you can see, causing all sorts of damage now. I don't know about you, but I think Scudder's Revenge is finished here now. 101 slamming it on the side. It must be because the house robots have detected that Scudder's Revenge is finished, so they can come in now for the kill. There's Killalot and Matilda at the bottom of your picture. Now to bring in the big chainsaw, and Killalot said, no, this baby's mine. I want Scudder's Revenge. Let me finish off Scudder's Revenge. It's finished whatever way. 101 the winners with Mike and Amy. 101. Heavy, low centre of gravity and well controlled by Mike, and Hypnodisc with the powerful weapon.
2, 1. Activate.
Hypnodisc would be the favourite here at the start of a battle which will see one of these robots into the grand final. Our last seat at the great party is about to be filled by one of these. 101's extra traction on the arena floor because of the screws embedded in the tracks we've been telling you about all series. There, the little front prodding spike as well on 101. The hydraulic ram, if you like. And a worthy weapon, is it? Onto the Hypno Disc, which spins slowly, trying to rotate up to its maximum 600 revs per minute. Backing away, Hypno Disc, under the controls of Dave Rose, who's built and flown radio-controlled aircraft for the last decade. There, though, Mike Franklin at the controls of 101 we saw briefly. 101 pushed towards dead metal into the CPZ. Between a rock and a hard place there. Get out. Well, he has got out. Well done, 101. Hypnodisc, spinning quickly. Mike Franklin at the controls of 101. Amy looks pensive, a little bit worried alongside it. With the furry mascot. No furry mascots there. In fact, no fur on the head of Kenneth whatsoever. Really? It's Hypnodisc underneath 101. Bouncing. Very close, this semi-final battle here now. Hypnodisc turning away. Backing into the CPZ. Dead Metal has it into his clutches. Bad driving there. Oh, and down comes the circular saw of Dead Metal. Little yellow flag there you can see on the top of Hypnodisc is Derek Rose security pass into the arena. He's not here in body, he is here in spirit, and perhaps that spirit helped Hypnodisc get away from trouble there. They needed something. A miraculous escape. Now on the attack, Hypnodisc 101 onto the flame pit. Hypnodisc's weapon, you know, throughout this semi-final has not been as potent as we thought. Power. Look at this, two great robots push against one another. Well, the roses look on as Hypnodisc now tries to get away from Dead Metal for a second time. No great power or revolutions behind that weapon now. Is there something wrong with it, I wonder? The judges look on because it could be they who make the final decision here. Who goes to the grand final? They will have to make a decision because time is running out. The judges will decide whether it's Hypnodisc or 101.
Cease.
They come to a halt, significantly side by side. It was that close. Who won? He doesn't know. Neither do I.
This is a first on Robot Wars. Not only the judges want to deliberate further, they want to come out and inspect the robots firsthand for damage.
It's that close then, they have to look for damage. Adam Harper bends down. Expert in electrical engineering, Professor Noel Sharkey from Sheffield University. And Martin Smith, another electrics engineering expert. Who sustained the most damage? Try and give you a few clues, shall we? Well, sparks flying as 101 came in on the attack up and over Hypnodisc. This for a place in the grand final. It's very, very important. 101's front prodding spike to no great avail. No, neither the blade of Hypnodisc, who took damage from dead metal, having poorly driven into there in the first place. Don't forget, that's bad control. Lucky to get away, in my opinion. On the attack, though, underneath 101. Aggression from Hypnodisc. 101 into the clutches of dead metal. Even Stevens. Still they look on and peer. Is there a dent? Is there a mark, a scratch? I think they've got their decision. We'll have it very shortly. Who's won this one? The tightest battle in Robot Wars history. Mike and Amy look on. And the Rose Boys.
Well, I'm being told what their decision is, and they've gone for Hypnodisc! I'm sorry, little Amy. Are you upset? I know, but you'll come back next year and try and win again?
Maybe.
You did very well. We did really well. You got through to the series semi-finals and you did very, very well. Have you got a little poem for me? I heard you're a budding poet.
Yes.
Can I hear it? Oh, wow. Look at this.
It's called Craig.
OK.
Craig is a trooper who works all day long. He always gets the cameras wrong. When his favourite robot wins, he grins and grins. He really... What's that say?
Likes Amy.
He really likes Amy and her bunny. We think he's really funny. He gets his lines wrong again and again, but we like him all the same.
Thank you very much.
From Wales, Panic Attack.
The winners of the second series of British Wars. It's been rebuilt 4 times since with lifting spikes imported from Sweden. Can push and lift its own weight is enough to create panic in every attack.
My name's Kim Davis. This is my son Michael, and we're representing Wales. This is our robot, Panic Attack. We have electric lifting spikes, which should be able to lift the opponents, and we can also self-right with our self-righting mechanism.
From England, 101.
The carbon dioxide powered ramming spike's crucial here. It'll fire automatically on contact with a target and can penetrate steel plate. The robot cost a maximum 101 pence to build.
I'm Mike Franklin. This is Amy, my daughter, Super Bunny, and 101, and we're going to fight for England. We've got an awesome beast with caterpillar tracks, a big weapon at the front, and some big powerful motors.
Roboteers, stand by.
Powerful enough to beat Panic Attack, I wonder? With Kim Davis and son Michael there. 101 with Mike,
3,
daughter Amy, and
2,
Super Bunny.
activate.
And they'll need plenty of hop here to get beyond Panic Attack and those lifting rams. Took only a week to rebuild Panic Attack first time around from its success in the second series of British Wars, but it's been rebuilt 4 times in all for perfection and lifting and throwing 101. Look at this. As something comes flying off, I think it's actually off the top of Panic Attack, only superficial, and then through 101. I think that was only a superficial nut or bolt on the top of Panic Attack, and to me, 101 is already out, immobilised. They're trying to get the tracks to spin. Mike at the controls, he's built a model jet engine in the past. He needs something to fly now for 101. Oh! Panic Attack's driven itself into the pit! And 101 survives!
Cease.
Well, 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 Panic Attack threw themselves down there. Look at this. Ken Davis drove himself into the pit, and 101 lucky enough to just stay out. 101 go through, Panic Attack out. That's a major surprise. Next up, Chaos 2 against Kilohertz.
This Super Bunny has been with you for 9 years. And now what's going to happen to her?
He's going to die.
You can't do that.
I'd say to get chopped in half.
Look. Who taped her down there, Amy? That one. That father there.
Yeah.
You meanie.
I wanted to crucify it and nail it.
What's happened to the pair of you?
Worried about
Is this
my
what Robot Wars does to people?
Yeah.
You used to be charming when you first came in, now you're horrible.
Oh, Phelim Lundy there on the left in the Weldor team. Be kind to Super Bunny. Please, says Amy. Weldor from Northern Ireland. 101 from England. Oh, the bunny's not there! There must have been a change of heart.
2.
There he is! Amy's got Super Bunny! The world's all right! Will 101 be? Weldor, just waiting to come in with those forklift raising prongs. Teetering and tottering, goodness me! That was brinkmanship from Weldor. And Phelim Lundy was very nearly out of the competition. Well, he likes his Gaelic football, and he was very nearly kicked into touch there. As 101 comes in with a big boot, or is it a big boot? No real weaponry on 101. Now you see, Weldor has those prongs to tantalisingly tease the tank tracks of 101. Just hoisting it up, trying to get some traction itself on the arena floor. 101 slams down. Phelim at the controls. Loves to play the drums, loves his triathlons. That hammer weapon's a little bit ineffective. A little bit like a petal on a flower. As strong and menacing as a rose petal. And going towards the flame pit. That'll scorch and sear the camouflage. 101 again, trundling in on the attack. There's dead metal waiting to see if there's anything loose. Scars on the top of 101. Super Bunny's okay. That's our major concern, of course. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit. Well done. Get on the arena wall. Needs to get out of there. If it goes to the judges, they will decide on style and control, damage and aggression, of course. So who's the more aggressive of these two controllers?
Cease.
All a little bit tentative at the end, but they are still both mobile, look. Very close.
Well, that was a war of attrition. Weldor escaped from the pits. We're going to have to go to a judge's decision on that.
On the left, Adam Harper, Noel Sharkey and Martin Smith, our international panel of judges. We're looking again at replays of this. That was crucial. Weldor very, very nearly in the pit, but then causing minor damage on 101. Certainly the more aggressive, I think, overall, Weldor. Better style, too. Had the hammer, a little bit ineffective. But overall, which robot will come out on top? In the judge's decision. 101 there, doing all the pushing and work. Now it's time for Weldor to flip 101 up. Using the hammer again.
We have a unanimous decision. 101 wins!
Oh, Super Bunny and Amy go through with Dad Mike, and a sporting reaction, really, from the Weldor team.
Yeah, you took the bunny off at the last minute. What made you change your mind?
Well, I didn't want it to get killed in the end.
No, of course not. She's been your best friend for 9 years, Super Bunny. Do you think she's upset that you did that to her? No, she's forgiven you, has she? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. I'm very pleased about that.
Roboteers, stand by.
The second semi-final. for a place in the world final. Oh, there's Super Bunny, safe in the arms of Amy. Ooh, and there's Razor.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Don't count your pistons till they're pumped. Don't count your gears till they're meshed. Don't count your accelerators until they've accelerated. 101 in the claws of dead metal. And that's what we thought would happen in the beak of Razor. That is hardened sheet steel. They say Razor's part bird, part reptile. Well, at the moment, it's got a crocodile grip on 101. And it's got the scorpion of dead metal. Don't hurt Bunny, that red. Well, Super Bunny's not there. And 101 probably wishes it was elsewhere too. This is going horribly, predictably to plan for the Razor boys. And Mike Franklin said 101, his machine would be creamed, and he's not wrong. Look at that. Just crumpling the frame of 101. The body shell is HE30 alloy, tossed around, leaf in a storm, into Sir Killalot's clutches and away again. Now, that's good driving by Mike. Good speed as well. Amy looks perplexed, holding on to Super Bunny as if her life depended on it. With the controls, Ian Lewis with the beard of Razor. Oh, and there's the claw again. I wonder if that's Ian at the control of that, or Simon Scott, the team captain, with the long hair. But it has been the most decisive factor in these World Championships so far. The weapon of Razor. Nothing else has compared to this. Well, they're saying, the audience, dump it in the flame pit, pit, pit. That's the flame pit there. You can't dump a robot in, but you can leave it to be grilled. 101, I think, here, doing magnificently just to stay competitive. Running away to fight another day. If Razor can get a grip on one of those tracks which came from an old bottle washing machine, it could be the end. It is the end now.
Well, both robots are still mobile, so while the judges make the decision, let's look at some of the highlights of that amazing battle.
Razor immediately on the attack. That's the first puncture. You heard the metal pop, literally. And despite those tracks spinning away and trundling, 101 could not get out of trouble. Insanely came on the attack, so we'll just punch you again. Look at those marks on top. All the aggression in this semi-final from Razor. All the punishment sustained by 101. Had little chance to control itself away. Razor surely the winner here. Surely triumphant.
And the judges have gone for Razor.
Well, it wasn't a close shave, really, was it? They knew it. And so did Amy, really. Doesn't seem too unhappy.
Woodbridge in Suffolk, Henry 2.
Back with their petrol-driven machine and its hydraulic ram. Some of the parts come from a three-wheel car, which is to run at Ipswich Speedway track. Can that be right? Grandma's picture on the front for luck again. And let's see how Granny and Co got on last time against Stegosaurus. Roasted. Slammed. Brutally pinched too by Sergeant Vash. And then, just for luck, sliced by dead metal.
These are my children, Melanie and Leon. This is the robot. This time in the wards we've got a lifting arm which will probably lift the car up. We've also got a secret weapon from last year, which is Mel.
My nan on the front. It used to be on the back last time, and she's going to get her revenge this war.
From Huntington, Dominator 2.
With 20-mile-an-hour speeds, this could dominate the arena, powered by two industrial motors, a plasma nitride-coated titanium shell for protection, and pneumatic axe. Today they plan to dominate Robot Wars. Last time around, they were first to go in the pinball, showed good control, steering, and looked menacing. But how flimsy was that outer shell when under pressure from the robots, the house robots, that is. And all that style of control meant nothing under attack like this. They'll have to be stronger this time around.
Hello, my name's Peter Halloway, and I'd like to introduce for this war Dominator 2, and here it's got a titanium coated shell, 2 1-horsepower motors, a pneumatic axe with an acceleration linkage, which will bring this whole lot down at about 1.5 tons of pressure. Also with us, Paul Tolliday and Chris Hall. Hi.
From Kettering, seed number 9, 101.
Beaten in the semi-finals of the last wars, 101 returns with a special Roboteers EPS Extra Perceptive Sentry system, which fires a spike weapon travelling at 200 miles an hour. In the last wars, the closest battle I think we've ever had against Hypnodisc, bash for smash, crash for mash, the judges had to come in and decide, leaving the father and daughter team of 101 broken-hearted.
Hi, I'm Mike. This is Amy. This is 101, back to fight another war. Runs on stainless steel tracks either way up, 2 powerful motors at the back, and a very powerful weapon in the middle, which fires automatically when it comes into range of another robot.
Roboteers, stand by.
Dominator 2, the pneumatic axe controlled by Paul Tolliday with the moustache there on the left-hand side. Chris Hall and Peter Holloway with him. 101 with the father and daughter team, Mike and Amy, Franklin. And Henry 2 with Tom Moy, a blacksmith, and his kids, 11-year-old Leon and 13-year-old Melanie.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Dominator on the left, making the first move. Oh, look at that, a slam immediately from the axe down on Henry 2, which is a petrol-driven robot, don't forget. And I think the drive motors are there or thereabouts. The axe has gone in, and I think that's destroyed Henry 2's chances straight away, look. Immobilised. What an attack from Dominator 2. That pneumatic axe crashing down. Now, 101 back on the attack. There goes the axe again. 101 has to stay out of trouble now from the Dominator 2 team. They all work together. Peter Halloway, Chris Hall and Paul Tolliday. Poor old Henry 2 out of it immediately, I would suggest. Dominator 2 with a strange double V shape. Trying to cause problems on 101 as well. Denting but not penetrating. 101 comes back onto the attack with those tracks from the milk bottle washing machine. Can they deliver, I wonder? Kilolot comes in with that fearsome hydraulic cutting claw, twice as powerful as the jaws of life used by rescue services to save trapped victims from wreckage. Immensely powerful. Poor old Henry 2. They've worked so hard on the improvements. Shunt a little push, that's why you can see the wheels moving. I'm sure nothing else. There's no life in that machine now. And meanwhile, Amy and Mike will survive with 101. In goes Henry 2 into the pits.
Roboteers, stand by.
Major Tom from the Isle of Sheppey with a ramp at the front. Exactly. And 101 with that spike. Formidable for Mike and Amy Franklin. The Rabbit.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Run, Rabbit, run, run, run. 101. Major Tom has a big gun. Can he use the power of those 2 golf caddy motors to drive onto 101, which seems the speedier robot by far, to be honest. And the milk bottle washing machine tracks the side of Major Tom. Don't forget, Mike has the experience as well. Mike Franklin, an engineer. Slamming Major Tom against the arena wall. That's the ref bot coming out to have a closer look. And Major Tom in trouble now against the arena wall. There's Captain Cosmic's head wobbling, and their whole future in Robot Wars a bit of a wobble too. There's Matilda with the great chainsaw to hack into Major Tom's shell, and don't forget it's a garden water barrel, that shell. Oh! There goes the head. Cleaved away. Oh! And all around you are losing their head. Can you keep yours? No. No. Out of the arena. Oh! Dear. There comes a bubblegum machine there. They're forever blowing bubbles down the Isle of Sheppey way. Fortune's fading for them though fast. Shunt is there, so too Dead Metal. Probably a big shot with the axe. Well, you wouldn't hold too much rainwater in that garden barrel now, would you? Not really. In the pit it goes. I should think Major Tom. There's something wrong. Your circuits have gone. And here are you, floating around. Not your tin can. But flipped on the arena floor. Major Tom. There's Matilda. Tusks aloft. The pit descends. And Major Tom. Your circuits are certainly dead now. There we can see the camera on Killalot. Major Tom has gone.
From Huntingdon, Dominator 2. From Kettering, seed number 9, 101.
Seeds, who didn't sound too confident. Dominator 2, is there a problem with the controls? Chris Hall, who designed the power electronics, will have to sort them out for Dominator 2. There they are. Peter Halloway, the team captain at the controls. He drives the engine 101 with Dad Mike. Daughter Amy, she wants to be a surgeon when she's older.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Amy, if you want to get used to slice and dice as a surgeon, let's get used to slicing up Dominator 2 right now. Look at that great axe pick of an axe. Oh, on the top there at 101 already causing damage. Is it punctured 101's aircraft grade aluminium shell? I think it has, and I think it's holding on, and 101 dragging it around the arena floor. Now that's interesting. Mike Franklin may well be able to use that tactic again. Draw Dominator 2 on. Get the axe caught on top of the shell, drag it towards a pit. 101 showing good aggression and taking Dominator 2 almost into a CPZ, the corner patrol zone, and Matilda can come out from there and fly at Dominator 2. This is the good heat final we thought it would be. And 101 certainly showing great tenacity and birth. Don't forget they survived the eliminator phase last time around and reached the semi-finals. Only his Hypnodisc stopped them, 101. Dominator 2 madly flailing away with that axe. Do not try this at home, children, with a toothpick on your brother's favourite model car. Wait until Christmas Day and do it then. 101 into the CPZ. Matilda there as well, pushing 101 out. Go on, Amy. Come up with some inspiration, you're going to need it. There, you see, now it didn't puncture the shell of 101 on that occasion, but look at it. Look at the top. The poor salt out of that. Dragging 101 towards the arena. Oh, wall and into the pinches of Dead Metal. That's a great tactic by Dominator 2. Just squeezing out of the grasp of Dead Metal 101. Back in towards the house robot again. You can see the mighty pincers there. 101's tracks trundling away. On towards the arena floor flipper. Yeah, get away, that's right. Discretion the better part of valor. Run away, live to fight another day, 101. Turned over, that won't bother it. The track's trundled, but all the aggression so far from Dominator 2. Should it go to the judges? Star control, damage and aggression. Those are the things they're looking for. 101, a side attack now on Dominator 2, which means, of course, Dominator 2 can't get the axe into play. Now it can. 101 on the arena wall. Is it pinned there? It is pinned there. It's in trouble here, 101. Pinned to the arena wall. Getting away now. Dead Metal has come in for the kill, I think. Dominator 2 on the attack with the axe. And Shunt, what's Shunt doing out there now to take on 101? What do you... Shunt is on the attack. That is not on Ref. Ref Bob gives Shunt a yellow card. Give him a red card and get him out of there. Poor old 101 should not have been the victim of an attack by Shunt. I'll have a word with Shunt. No, I won't. I'm terrified of Shunt. But it goes to the judges. What? How close is that, by the way? What a good battle!
Well. A very tight battle. We've got to go to our judges. Remember, this is for a place in the series semi-finals. The judges are looking at style, control, damage and aggression.
Here they are, our boffins. Professor Noel Sharkey in the middle, Martin Smith, Dr. Myra Wilson. While they deliberate, let's have a look at the key moments. You see, there's the axe of Dominator 2 straight into the play. And caught on the top of 101. 101 brave enough to come back onto the attack, but denied its own weapon. It hasn't worked throughout this heat. That could be key as the judges ponder. Dominator 2's axe bang once again. 101 pushed across the arena floor into the CPZ, which again will count in Dominator 2's favour. 101 surviving, but it was a battle of survival for 101. And I think, in my mind, that edges it towards Dominator 2 just, but we'll see what the judges have to say. totting up the scores. Professor Noel Sharkey in the middle. Martin Smith there to his left. What's the decision?
Well, the decision is unanimous, and the winners are Dominator 2! Now, if I remember rightly, last year you made the series semi-finals, didn't you? And you lost out then on a very close judge's decision against our eventual runner-up in the final, Hypnodisc. Yeah. This time you haven't quite made it, but...
not quite so close.
Not quite so close as well. He did sort of penetrate you a lot more with the axe than Hypnotist did.
Well, it's got a bit of ventilation now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, it looks like a Dalmatian now, 101 Dalmatians, shall we say. Are you not too upset this time, are you, Amy? No. You gave it a good run. I mean, you're a tenacious robot. You've got an awful lot of power.
It takes a lot of damage to actually stop it.
Yeah,
and,
but you need a stronger weapon, that's right.
I need a weapon that works.
You need a weapon that works.
Yeah.
You're going to come back again, aren't you?
We are. I mean,
okay.
I'd just like to say thank you to all the people that helped in making it possible to get it back this year, including Ken, Brian, Richard and Lee.
Brilliant. So, and you know we always love to have you, and we always love to have you, Amy. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, pinball's a test of driving power and precision to pick up points. The arena's dotted with specific obstacles to hit. 2 sets of barrels, 5 points for each barrel. Hit the big silver sphere into the highlighted shallow pit, that's 25 points. Up and over the ramp, you'll get 20 points, but you've got to go all the way up and over the ramp. And that'll take you to the multi-ball release option. 10 points for releasing the multi-ball, 5 points for each orange ball into the pit. Open the car doors, you'll get 25 points. And all around the arena, the major targets. 50 points, guarded by Bash. 50 points, guarded by Matilda. 75 points, but Dead Metal's there, and Sir Killalot has free reign of the arena. Let's see who's up first.
Seed number 9, 101.
Good to see them back there. Seeded 9 in the main competition. From Kettering, Mike and Amy Franklin. Amy carries with her a little bunny mascot wherever she goes.
Stand by.
Tracks are made from a milk washing machine.
2, 1. Activate.
Racing car batteries for the power and straight for the barrels. 5, 10, 15 points. That's easily done now. Get over the ramp, no Killalots there. Oh no, straight to Bash. Well, Bash is guarding one of the targets, 50 points. But that's a strange decision. Bad control, not up and over the ramp completely, so that won't score you anything. Bash waits again, the spear is rolling, but not towards the pit. There's little Amy. Why are you taking on Killalot? Why? I don't understand. Underneath the ramp. Won't score you points either. Come on. Time is ticking down. So the multi-ball release. That's good, 10 points gain now. If any of those balls go into the pit, that's another 5 points each ball. Get through that car door. They hit the 75-point target. That's good work. For 101. Too sure if they got 101 points up yet.
Cease.
Ooh, cagey, steady sort of run, but not spectacular. Generous applause. Yeah, I think they believe they could have done better. That was the steady start. Now, does that constitute a correct run up and over the ramp? The judges will have to decide that one. If they've gone up and over the ramp, that's not a bad run, you know, all told, because they picked up points elsewhere quite steadily. There's the 75. It's a big one to get. And the judges say 125 points. Now, that's not a bad start. At least they're top of the leaderboard after the one run.
From Surrey, Invertebrat. From Hartford, Exterminator 2.
What weaponry power on this team. A rotating bludgeoner and pneumatic flipper. A lot of parts from scrap yards. Wheelchair motors at top speed of 10 miles an hour. It's the heavier and quicker team. An axe or flipper weapon and a scoop bucket here. An aluminium shell and frightening top speeds. 25 miles an hour.
We're the Exterminator team from Hereford.
And this is Invertebrat. I once went to Hereford, which is why we decided to team up for tag.
To the bay, we're bringing our weight, our speed, and our axe.
And Invertebrat's bringing its bludgeoner weapon and excellent agility, which makes it really good for tag.
We hope.
From Hornchurch, King B3. From North Hampshire, 101.
Saws and spikes for this team. A petrol-powered 9-inch circular blade here with lifting, flipping spikes. It cost £4,000 to make. This cost £1 and a penny, hence 101. Tracks from a milk washing machine. Will Invertebrate get at them? Watch out for the 101 Spike Red team. It's frightening.
Hi, we're the King Buxton team. Back again with King B3. Very fast, very sharp, pretty lethal. We're going to be in a tag team here and we're going to show them who's boss, I'm telling you.
This is Robot 101. Fast, manoeuvrable, runs either way up. Got Amy and Bunny to help us. We're the better side. We'll help them out. I'm sure we'll get them out of a lot of trouble.
No, I don't think so, actually. I think we've got the faster robot here. I think you'll find that we'll be running all over you.
Yeah, but I think this is a bit more manoeuvrable than yours. We've won a lot more battles, and we're better drivers.
We don't need a fluffy bunny on our side.
Roboteers, stand by.
Invertebrate on the left, Exterminator on the right. That's the Exterminator team actually on the left there. And Invertebrate with Les Wall at the controls. King B3 on the left, 101 on the right-hand side. The King B3 team controlled by Simon Harrison there on the left and Mike Franklin at the controls of 101. Amy Franklin, though, his 9-year-old daughter, and the mascot, the Fluffy Bunny. It's Invertebrate out of the red corner, King B3 out of the blue corner. Oh, something flew off there! And I wonder what it was. As Invertebrate comes in again with a crunching challenge on King B3, and sparks certainly flying, but I think it's the circular saw of King B3 and Simon Harrison at the controls, causing all the problems here. It's a 9-inch circular saw, it's petrol-powered. They've tagged, out comes 101. Oh, so has the red team. This is Exterminator with the pickaxe on the top of 101. Down it comes, trying to get perhaps in underneath the milk washing machine tracks. Well, they're abiding by the rules. Remarkably. Pensive look in the control booth. This is King B3 back in the action again on Exterminator. And Exterminator, the Hereford team, seems to be the more aggressive of all these robots, capable of doing most damage, or is it trying to get through there, the shell of King B3? This is a tactic which we knew they were going to employ. Or something's come off. Now, where has that come off? One of the competing robots, a house robot? Don't ask me! I haven't got a clue what's going on! As I said before, this is mayhem. Rules? What rules? Redbot! Dismiss him, sack him, he has no control over these robots. There's Dead Metal. In with a thrust on 101. Exterminator. Backing away to have another attack, but in comes 101 and almost underneath Exterminator there. 101 using the spike. Don't forget that spike travels at nearly 200 miles an hour. Invertebrate hasn't been that lively since the opening exchanges, and I wonder if the damage was done by King B3 in the initial onslaught we talked about. This is Exterminator, the most lively of the red team, certainly. Bashing on there to King B3, taking a piggyback ride, 101 around the back. Exterminator tries to get back to safety. They look on. Yeah, Invertebrate's been immobilized. I think that's Dead Metal, the house robot, in for the kill. So they're effectively down to one robot. 101 and King B3, and there seemed to be a deal of infighting in the pits beforehand, slamming against each other. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Exterminator away. Thanks, boys, we can't see anything now. Oh, there's little Amy. At least we can see over Amy's head. Exterminator trying to avoid trouble because it's getting absolutely no help whatsoever from Invertebrate and Peter Pinkle, who once visited Hereford. Poor qualification for a tag team member. Exterminator, I think you made a poor choice with Invertebrate. Don't tell Peter and Les Wall. I told you so. So, it's Exterminator. Oh, there's King B3 now, under pressure from Sergeant Bash. They need to get out of trouble, and 101 has a little dig again at its team member. Their battles have been part of Robot Wars folklore. But they have two robots still fighting and fresh. And Exterminator is the lone survivor from their team. No question in my mind who won that one.
The rules go out the window again. I don't know if the judges will care about that, but we've got to go to the judges.
Exterminator was certainly aggressive, causing damage to 101. Superficial, I think, but King B3 and 101 were always alive. The problem with the other team, there, Invertebrat, immobilised, playing no further part. That's why it has to be an easy decision for the judges, for me. But then I don't count. They're the clever ones. I can just about get to A, B, C, D. King B3 and 101. An easy number for me, that, actually. Both of them survived, and surely it's an easy decision.
Well, the judges have made their announcement, and with Invertebrat immobilised, Exterminator didn't really stand the chance. The judges have gone for King B3 and 101! Yes! Didn't really go to plan, really.
It didn't, no. We had the weapons, we had the superior weapons, but Invertebrat lost power. We don't know why, but we were out. We couldn't help them.
Yeah, I mean, the axe was going really quite well. It was
going all right. We were a bit upset. It wasn't as powerful as we were hoping it was. And we started to lose power towards the end and air as well, so we were really stuck.
But that 101's quite a powerful robot as well, isn't it? It just keeps on going and going and going.
It's got stacks of torque, stacks to go.
Yeah. You'll come back next time, won't you?
We certainly will.
Are you going to stay tag team partners?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, there you go then. Hey, a marriage made in heaven. Let's hear it for Exterminator and Invertebrat. Yes.
Yes. Definitely yes.
Well, did that go according to plan, did it?
Oh yes, it's suddenly working very nicely. Thank you very much.
What's it like when you sort of when you're working together as two Roboteers, you know, from two different teams? I mean, did you sit down and plan a strategy?
Well, no, we just sort of said we'd go in and muller them, and
that's what we did.
101 did seem to be doing a lot of the work.
Thank you very much, Mike. I don't think that's true.
But you were saving yourself for the next round.
I am. I'll save you next time round when you're in trouble.
It's Firestorm and Scorpion. Scorpion was toasted, so you know, but Firestorm's a good, powerful robot.
Yeah. Firestorm's very good, but if it's got two of us on it, I don't think it's going to stand much of a chance.
Oh, fight and talk, we shall see. Let's hear it for King B3 and 101. Come on, guys.
Roboteers, stand by.
From the red zone, Scorpion on the left, Firestorm 2 on the right-hand side. The team controlling flippers, chainsaws, heavier robots. There on the left-hand side is King B3, 101 on the right-hand side. And good to see that Amy, at 9 years of age, has more sense than most Roboteers put together. Mind you, she acted as a peacemaker. Do we like peace and robot wars? No. In the tag team terror, which I think has been a magnificent success, we like destruction and rows and rumbles and tumbles and mayhem. And this is Scorpion back towards the red zone, and safety can tag. Under pressure from King B3, very mobile, very quick across the arena floor. Low centre of gravity on the drive against Scorpion into the flames. And we know that is an Achilles heel for Scorpion. Look at his power from King B3. Slamming against the arena wall. There's the flame licking out. Scorpion will want to stay away from the flame pit and from the arena side. Jets of flame and smoke and destruction. Scorpion, one eye patched up it would seem, and King B3, 101 awaiting back in the tag zone. And at the moment, both teams showing remarkable restraint. Firestorm was there to the left of your picture moments ago. Back on the attack again on Scorpion comes King B3 with a 9-inch circular saw. Lifting and flipping spikes. Scorpion has the electrically powered chainsaw, but it looks limp. It's hanging there useless. It doesn't seem to be working. He said, I can't see the teeth of the chainsaw moving. There's the ref box. Have a little glance. And they tagged, have they? No, Scorpion's still out there. Firestorm wanted to come out. But the Blues have tagged 101's in their hand. King B3, and all of a sudden we've got all four robots on the arena floor. Yes, this is what we want. Scorpion, they have gone blind, and they've shown a blind eye to rules and regulations. It's gone mad in Robot Wars Tag Team Terror. They're all in there now, trying to destroy. This is King B3 up on 101. You are team members. Come together, friends. You're having a laugh. You're still enemies, I'm sure, down in the pitch. Amy sought them out. There's your dad, Mike. There's the teammate Simon Harrison, Tony Sharp in there. That's Scorpion now under pressure from Dead Metal with a slice and dice. I repeat, you are supposed to be team members 101 and King B3. Scorpion at the moment is under no sort of pressure. I think Firestorm 2 is out of it completely back in the red zone. There's Mike Franklin. at the controls of 101. Scorpion pressurised by King B3, and 101 wants to destroy them all. What next? Dead Metal, Bash, take them all on. Mike Franklin and young Amy, why not? Bash will want a piece of you, though. I think the tag team terror has been won by 101 and King B3 because Firestorm 2 is doing nothing. Scorpion, can they withstand all sorts of pressure? Look, they're tattered and torn, and with Firestorm 2, they're out of it. And now we have what I thought we'd have right from the first klaxon. The first activate. We've got 101 against King B3, and this is a massive grudge. They're supposed to be on the same tag team. Scorpion's out of it. The house robots come in. You want to get a grudge match sorted amongst yourselves, team members? No. We'll have a little piece of you as well, says Dead Metal on King B3. In the pinchers, 101 under pressure from Bash. They won this tag team terror, of course, but now we want retribution. You should have been friends and teammates. You should have kept the peace. You haven't, and this is our own version of a peace summit into the depths of the pit. If we can get you in there, summits. We don't like them. We like the pits. We like destruction. We end up the victors. We have the last laugh. We are Robot Wars. This was the tag team terror. And well done 101 and King B3, because you were victorious in it.
From Clondalkin, Dublin in Ireland, Dietor. From Pencluid, Swansea, Megamord.
Dietor on the left and Megamorg on the right. Let's have a look at the stats. Dietor's problem, it catches fire. As for Megamorg, it's the heaviest in this tag contest at 99 kilos and not too quick.
From Havant in Hampshire, King B Powerworks. From Kettering, 101.
So the King B Powerworks stats cost £4,000 to build, but will it be retired early? Teammate cost 101 pence to build. Good traction control. Mike Franklin's experience at the controls vital.
Roboteers, stand by.
So Dietor, the Irish team, with the Welsh stickers taking up its position in the corner, which means that Mega Morg will be out in the arena. Yes, the Welsh and Irish team. There's Dorian Cordy getting a massage from Dr. Zulu. Peter Redmond at the controls of Dietor with the fur Devil's caps. King B into the corner, leaving 101. The reigning tag terror champions. Mike Franklin at the controls of 101, Simon Harrison for the King B Powerworks team. And don't forget, our own terror, Sergeant Bash in the war zone to keep an evil eye on things, along with Shunt. Huge push from the scoop.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So two robots start. They can change by tagging their teammates in the corner. Mega Morg looks by far the bigger, but it's only 2 kilos heavier than 101 with the little front spikes that can flip if they can get underneath Mega Morg. There you can see the spike like a serpent's tongue. Onto the picture of Anne Robinson. Mega Morg unhappy with her comments about the Welsh, who will be the weakest link here. There's a tag. King B replacing 101. And also the other tag, Dietor's out with the inflatable sheep, just trying to drift by and past his opponent there. King B trying to thrust with the front lifting forks. The sheep, well, he's lost his sheep. Dietor, Little Bo Peep, smashed against the arena wall, has tagged, or has he? Megamorg sits back in there. Be prepared for mayhem here. Absolute confusion. I'm sure it'll all just break down into an utter rumble. There's the circular saw on the front of King B. A Pussycat-style circular saw we've seen on Pussycat, that famous robot from Robot Wars in the past. And there's the front lifting forks on the back and the circular saw. Takes on the sheep that goes flying there. Old Larry the Lamb. Dear, oh dear. Dietor. Well, the fur has been scratched.
And Megamorg wants to come out and protect Dietor. Can they tag in there and allow Megamorg to come out? Why is Dietor taking the punishment here? And why is Megamorg not coming out? Megamorg a little shove on the teammate and now comes into the action with the Welsh slogan on the back. Megamorg slamming into both King B and 101, and they're both down on the war zone floor. I warned you of this. There's the spike. Dietor's on fire. King B has been tossed around the arena by Dietor. Meanwhile, Megamorg and 101 are thrusting against one another. There's 101 with a little push there on Megamorg. King B spinning around. Dietor's on fire. Absolute confusion. 101 chase after Megamorg with the fur-line team colours and the picture around Robinson. 101 now under pressure from Dietor. Dietor will flip 101. Don't worry about that. That can work both ways up because of the tank traps. But is only one of the tank traps working? I think it is. And all of a sudden, the reigning champions are in trouble because I think King B is spinning wildly out of control. And the reigning champions could be facing elimination here in the tag team terror. There's no control on King B, and 101 in trouble too. This could be a shock.
Tag team terror. Too close to call for us. We're going to go to the judges to make a decision. While they're making up their minds, let's see the highlights.
Very, very even early on. We know that King B put Dietor in trouble. We know that Dietor was on fire. But decisive moments came a little bit later on when 101 for me lost traction and King B was left spinning wildly. I think the underdogs have won it here.
And the judges have made their decision. Remember, they're looking at style, control, damage and aggression. And they've gone for Megamorg! You're the reigning tag team terror champions.
Oh, yeah.
And you're not anymore, though.
No, it's very dismal, wasn't it? We've not gone like that before, you know, it's very, very disappointing. We are very down about this now.
I'm sure you'll leave.
I think if he could have kept going, we would have won. But it's his fault.
It's his fault
we lost.
So blame him. Go and argue in the pits. I wouldn't talk to him for a while.
I didn't see yours going that fast.
Yeah, but I banged it. I banged a load of holes in there.
I reckon you should look for different teammates next time, don't you?
Well, it was all mates to start off with. Now we're lost. Look,
I'm sure you'll admit you couldn't lose to a nicer set of lads.
Yes! I'd just like to say that makes us the world champions now. We may as well stop the tournament now. We've beaten you lot. We are the world champion.
Yeah! And it would appear that Anne Robinson scares robots as well, because well, they were the weakest link. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Let's hear it from Megamorg and
King B Powerworks.
A rear Pussycat-style blade, front panic attack type forklift spikes. They've borrowed from the best then. 3,000-watt drive motors. This cost £4,000 to build.
From Kettering in Northamptonshire, 101.
A spike that can penetrate steel. Fast and violent, they say. It's by far the slower and heavier here with two 800-watt motors. The tracks come from a milk bottle washing machine.
Roboteers, stand by.
King B Powerworks from Havant in Hampshire with Simon Harrison and Grant Hornsby. The 101 machine. The controls Mike Franklin. There's his daughter Amy and Steve Bickle in the background. And our house robots, Sergeant Bash barks orders, barking mad and doesn't take kindly to dissent in the ranks. And Shunt, the push-me-pull-you of house robots, all slam, bam and robo-glam.
3, 2.
101 from the left, King B from the right-hand side. They tussle in the middle and come away, draw away. Again, another little three-pronged attack there by King B on the side of 101. Similar-looking robots, aren't they, really? Not very high, 25 centimetres off the arena floor, King B. 101, 5 centimetres the taller at the back. You can see there the tracks from the milk bottle washing machine. 101 cost £1.01 to put together. King B cost £4 grand. Looks a little bit more stylish. You can there see inside all the gubbings and the gizmos, the very innards of robotry. And there at the back, the circular saw blade beginning to spin, but 101 is on the drive. This is a good performance so far by Mike Franklin, an engineering manager. Amy's dad, Amy just 10 years of age and loves anything to do with Robot Wars, and she loves to go on the attack, and that's what they've done there. And King B Powerworks is wedged against the arena side wall, driving away. The 101 again on the onslaught, pushing it towards that CPZ. Going the CPZ, of course, and the house robots can come and get you. They're away, though, just from the moment, but in comes Shunt. That's what I thought would happen. Shunt with the diamond-edged axe, and also Sergeant Bash. Once you go into CPZ, you're easy meat for the house robots. They're spinning King B, trying to throw them off the scent. That's a good bit of driving, actually, by Simon Harrison. Whirling away, trying to confuse and bamboozle. 101 sticks Grizzly to the task and comes in. They just saw slices, splinters off the arena floor, leaving a few scars in there. I think they may have been from the spikes on King B. Oh, King B, you know what I thought was good driving, is it? Are they in control? We've seen this before from them when they lost the tag team terror earlier. They're not in control, they've got berserk. They're all over the place here. They're totally out of control. Someone needs to stop them. King B, it's like a pinball machine in there. Where are they going now? Up, let's go over here. No, let's go back over there. Let's spin in this corner. Let's go crazy for a while, shall we? And even the house robots think, no, let's just leave them alone for a little bit. We don't want to get involved with someone as berserk as that until Sergeant Bash and calm things down, as sergeants tend to do. You're in the corner, son, and you're staying there. You went a little bit crazy for a while. They lost control, King B. So 101 has won the vengeance battle. There's the siren. That's the pit release button going. Down go the pit. Oh, Sergeant, you were close. You were controlled. They weren't. They're in. They're out. And you're in as well, Sergeant. What a messy end to it all, really.
From Kettering, 101.
Fast and violent, the semi-finalists of Series 3, the Spike can penetrate steel, 0 ground clearance and turning circle for this tracked machine powered by 2 800-watt motors.
From London, Fluffy.
Has a heavy weapon like a double-ended spinning axe and looks far from fluffy here. Also has a brazed steel frame, polycarbonate armour and an 8-mile-an-hour top speed.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the 101 team. Mike Franklin, daughter Amy and Steve Bickle, and Fluffy, Peter Holroyd, and the brothers Peter and Richard Johnson. Back comes Dead Metal, in good form, menacing. And Matilda, really hungry for action here, isn't she?
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Let's hope Matilda can behave this time. 101 with a side slant on Fluffy. I like the look of Fluffy's weapon here, that spinning axe blade. Oh! And 101's track has gone on the right-hand side. Can you see there? In it comes on the attack, and immediately the blade catches 101's right track. And that certainly has rendered 101 almost immobile. The track left on the arena floor. They can still move, but it'll be ponderous and circular now, I would have thought. Look at the damage caused by the Fluffy blade. Mike Franklin looks on and sees the destruction caused to his machine 101 and can't believe it. The time is nigh for a machine which cost £1.01 to put together, they used to say, hence the name 101. And it's going to take a lot more to repair it. And I think we're going to see a lot more of Fluffy in Robot Wars. I've been hugely impressed. You see, they can't really get away. They are just allied, so technically it will have to go to a judge's decision, but I think you and I know which way it's going to go, don't we? Very impressive, Fluffy.
Cease.
Devastation, carnage. It's what we like on Robot Wars. It looks to me like another seed might go, but hey, it's up to the judges.
The irony came because it was 101 on the attack, sustaining the damage, and from then on, well, the writing was on the wall, but Fluffy kept up the attacks. That's what impressed me.
Well, the judges have made their decision, and hey, no controversy for a change. The winners are Fluffy! Well, come here. You might be fluffy by name, but you're certainly not fluffy by nature.
Certainly not, no.
That is a powerful weapon.
Certainly is, yeah. I mean, we haven't tested it much until now, so this was pretty much the first time we really used it, so... It's not bad, is it?
It is so destructive, total mayhem, and you ripped it apart.
Yeah, I mean, it is sad in a way to kind of have to tear an opponent apart to win, but, you know, it's got to be done really. Compared to the sport, you've got to do it.
You've got to tear it apart. You're on Robot Wars, lad. You're on Robot Wars. All is fair in love and Robot Wars.
So it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fluffy!
From Kingsthorpe in Northampton, Thor.
A mighty hammer axe, of course, but wait till you see the team.
What's the power behind this, and how many goes have you got with your axe?
We've got about 15 goes with it. That's about 70 miles an hour.
And there's 3 robots, so that's 5 each.
Yeah.
Not including the house robots, so let's hope they don't come into it.
Yeah.
What's going on at the back there? What's that?
These are pincers at the front.
Oh, that's the front.
Yeah.
So sorry. Forgive me.
In and out. Grab hold of them and then give them a smack with the hammer.
80 miles an hour, claws, hammer, self-righting mechanism, good looking like the captain, they say, a builder, Liverpool football fan, and drag queen, it seems.
From East Kilbride in Scotland, Revolution 2.
And a real design revolution, this.
We've talked to the Thor team and we don't like them. They've got a big pointy axe thing. And they look like they can do a lot of damage to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have you got to retaliate with?
Well, we've got 3 36-inch blades, right?
Yes.
And they go...
They spin round.
Yeah, just under 200 miles an hour. Right, so it's the fastest, biggest weapon in Robot Wars.
Gee whiz.
But to get that weapon, we've got very thin armour. So we're a bit worried.
Yes, you can see how their minds work, can't you?
Yeah.
2 drive wheels, 4 casters to run inverted, a polycarbonate body shell, tubular and plate steel construction. Yes, the large weapon, but it's not reliable.
From Ellistown in Leicester, Judge Shred 2.5.
Malud, good to see you back for a 3rd attempt on Robot Wars.
Which one are you most worried about and why?
Anarchy.
Anarchy?
Yeah.
Why are you most worried about it?
It's just heavy.
Ah, okay. But surely you can just nip on under there?
Oh, that's what we're hoping, yeah.
Because you've got a kind of nice dome wedge shape going on.
I don't think it'll be a problem keep getting into him. It's just turn him over, I think. The other 2 aren't a problem.
And have you got the power to turn him over, Judge Shred?
We should have. It flips about 130 kilos.
Has a low profile and multiple body panels for damage limitation, the flipper and self-righting mechanism 12 miles an hour, and if there is any justice, deserves to go far.
From Kettering in Northamptonshire, Anarchy.
This is the old 101 team. They were semi-finalists in the 3rd Wars. Completely new robot, though.
Mike, they're all worried about you, because do you want to know who you're up against?
Go on in.
Revolution,
Yeah.
Judge Shred, and Thor the Vikings.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
No, they're quite actually
They're
worried
quite
about
axable.
you. You're very heavy.
171 kilos.
Yeah, I think that's what they're all worried about.
Yeah.
And how about the power behind your chopper?
Well, we've got the equivalent of Chaos 2's flipper behind our chopper, so it's very powerful. It'll go through 14 millimetres of polycarbonate.
No wonder they're all worried.
Basic Robot Wars rule, walkers can be twice as heavy, has very powerful weapons, but a slow top speed of just 5 miles an hour. Let's have a look at the teams. Revolution 2 on the left, captained by Roger Webb. Thor on the right, Captain Jason Marston. And there on the left-hand side, Judge Shred 2.5, Captain Alan Blakeman, and Anarchy, Captain Mike Franklin. And his daughter Amy there, she's now 10, she's back again. So's Matilda in the arena for the House Robots. And Dead Metal 2.
3, 2, 1. Debate.
Intrigued to see the weaponry of Revolution 2 here at its finest. Immediately coming crumpling down onto the top of Judge Shred 2.5 with the multiple body panels. There's Thor swapping blows with Anarchy. Thor also has the pincers as well as the hammer. It has the team with the blonde wigs. We also have Judge Shred 2.5 with the judges' wigs. Don't get the two confused. There's Revolution 2, confusing things in a bit of a muddle and a melee. Judge Shred takes a blow there from Thor. Their team, great fun. Also, Anarchy in there with a couple of blows, and they're all having a go at the Judge. They're the spinning, rotating weapons of Revolution 2 at 200 miles an hour, top speed, that flailing weaponry. Looks a little bit lightweight in body, though, if someone can get hold and flick it out. Thor almost rocking and rolling from Judge Shred's flipper, but down comes the hammer, stroke axe again. That's Anarchy in trouble in the flame pit, but turning away. The Walker, ponderous, but nonetheless effective. Thor moves back to get the axe down. Judge Shred 2.5 is bearing the brunt of all this. Now, did you see a little flick on Revolution 2? And it was very easily flicked up in the air, I felt. Thor has a bent pincer at the front, but down comes the mighty tall axe hammer once again. This is very even. Very, very even at the moment. Blows are being traded. What's happened here? Judge Shred 2.5 against the arena sidewall. And I wonder, in attacking it, has Revolution 2 immobilised itself? Dead Metal comes out with the saw blade. The sparks beginning to fly. And that armament of Revolution 2, as we heard from Roger Webb and Gordon Anderson, not its strong point. Oh, meanwhile, Judge Shred has been flicked by Anarchy. The top of your picture. Can the Judge right itself now? Thor is in attendance. They bash down using the the self-righting mechanism, but it hasn't been a great display by Judge Shred 2.5. They fought in Robot Wars Series 4 and in Series 3. They were knocked out of the heats both times. And that was a good attack by Anarchy, a brilliantly designed robot by Mike Franklin, once built a hydrojet-powered surfboard. If you look through the innards there, you can see 8 legs independently walking, but barely a wobble in the movement of Anarchy. It's the first time we've seen a walker in the history of Robot Wars so balanced. I think Revolution 2 is buckling, don't you? It looks in trouble, and it seems to have pinned itself there on the arena floor. Thor inadvertently has released. Judge Shred tries to flick Anarchy, but there you can get a sense of the weight of Anarchy. 170 kilos around about. Revolution, to me, has been immobilised. They're in trouble, Roger and Gordon, and they're being counted. Now, that's a shame, because it was innovative and good fun. But in the end, to get the great weaponry in, it was out of kilter, wasn't it? Out of balance for Robot Wars, and they're out. Revolution 2. So, one of the remaining 3 will join them out. 2 go through, and the judges will have to decide now. Will it be Thor? Will it be Anarchy? We know Revolution 2 have gone. Judge Shred 2.5, depending on a judge's result.
Well, Revolution gets counted out, but we're going to have to go to the judges on the other 3. While they make up their minds, let's review the highlights. See if you can pick the winners.
Revolution 2, right in the thick of it, so too Judge Shred, but that took damage from Thor more than once. Anarchy, very good throughout, I felt. They've done enough, surely. Damage there to Revolution 2, put paid to its chances. Judge Shred flipped. They could go on the judge's decision.
The judges have made their decision based on style, control, damage, and aggression. They've gone for Anarchy and Thor!
Also in the arena, Growler. Those jaws can crush at 4 tons. And Sergeant Bash with the front pincers and the flamethrower.
3, 2, 1.
Got to admit, I'm intrigued by Anarchy. It's not the slowest walker we've seen either in Robot Wars history. Incredible. Turning there. Sleek. Black. Mean looking with the 1,000 RPM spinning disc. Moving at roughly 80 miles an hour. Those tyres, though, look very exposed, and I wonder whether Peter Wilmot, Martin Campbell and Chris Brooks have the experience against Mike Franklin, who's been in heat finals before with 101. Reached the series semi-final in Robot Wars 3, actually. Lost a Hypnodisc with his machine 101, which cost £1 and a penny to build. Oh, he's invested more time, and I would say cash in Anarchy with weaponry like that. The flipper in underneath Incredible, exposing the 1 centimetre ground clearance. And Anarchy has weight and weaponry to match this time, and you could be looking at a robot to go all the way. I'm not talking about Incredible, because they're not going to go a lot further now that Sergeant Bash has them in his grips. Anarchy with another blow. You see the legs there moving? Scuttling. Down comes the axe blade of Anarchy. Just watch this design, potential robot ears. Incredible against the arena sidewall. In comes Growler. This is the first time the Incredible team has competed. They've done well to get to this stage. They've met a very good and mean machine here in Anarchy. There's little Amy. Likes her dancing, likes playing the piano. Got to mention Steve Bickle, who's the team mechanic in the pits with them as well. And Incredible about to be counted out. And into a little peace and quiet, I would imagine. Invertible, that won't worry it being flicked like that. Smashing against the ref bot and counted out. Anarchy look very good, don't they? The ref bot shrugs aside Incredible with the ease. Why, with the ease that Anarchy did so as well. And Growler. Down come those horrible jaws. And Incredible is about to be dragged away somewhere nasty and unpleasant. A twirl and a whirl. Where will we finish with Incredible, what do you think? On the pit? A flame pit? I think we'll just boot him down there. Down into the cellars of the Robot Wars arena. Bye-bye, Incredible. See you again next time.
6. Well, we don't need the judges for that one. Incredible, go out. Anarchy, go marching on.
Tornado.
Good team, the Tornado team. David Campbell, Brian Moss and Andrew Marchant at the controls.
Anarchy.
Good machine, well designed by Mike Franklin, Little Amy and Steve Bickle.
Stand by.
Dead Metal's in the arena for the House Robots. Look at that saw. Oh, and it's a Kilolot for the first time in this heat.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
This is an intriguing heat final. Winners go through to the series semi-final of Robot Wars, the 6th Wars. Anarchy getting the axe down. They need to flip Tornado early and buy the arena sidewall to get the 98-kilo machine out completely. Anarchy, almost twice the weight. Not as manoeuvrable, we know that. And can the spike spear through that heavy-duty plastic armor? They flicked Tornado. It's invertible. Won't hurt them there. It needs to be closer to the arena sidewall for a flick to be effective. Again, you see, Tornado will simply turn, run away and come on another attack. Oh, and have they exposed themselves there? Trying to flick again, they have! Tornado with a spike! Right in to the very machinery of Anarchy. And as they went to flick Tornado once too often, so they left themselves exposed. What damage has been caused now? There's little Teddy, the mascot of Amy Franklin. We've seen her mascots before in Robot Wars.
I think it was a bunny last time around. Hasn't brought her even a rare bit of success. Anarchy with Tornado, centre of the arena. There's the spike again! There's the attempted attack by Anarchy, and once again Tornado driving in with the spike. Amy looks concerned, and why not? Tornado, I think, are the more aggressive and destructive of the two. And that's key should it go to the judges. And is that flipper still working? It is. Down it comes. But for me, Tornado has the measure now of Anarchy. You see they're the quicker across the arena floor. They can move away from any potential attack, clear the danger, and come again on an onslaught. And I think Mike Franklin will be the first to realise that. Andrew Marchant at the controls of Tornado. They'll be hoping to go all the way here. Reach the heat final of Series 4, through to the Series semi-final. They lost to Chaos 2 there. Anarchy under pressure from Dead Metal. Poor Amy, she's sort of growing up with Robot Wars, isn't she? This is the 4th time she's been with her dad in the control booth. Tornado again, a side slam. Full of respect, though. And can't push Anarchy into the pit. Can't immobilise it, so it goes to the judges. Good enough, though, for me. Worry and concern. Confidence. Ooh, smugness.
What a fight! What a fight! Too close for me to call. It's going to go to the judges because both robots were still mobile. While they're making up their minds, let's review some hot robo action.
Well, they deserve to be smug, Craig, don't they? Because it was another very good performance by Tornado. It doesn't matter that they were pushed and rolled by Anarchy. There, they got in and caused damage, and again, and were on top throughout for me. Anarchy, good machine, very good machine, splendid design.
The judges have made their decision based on style, control, damage, and aggression. It took quite a while making up their minds. But they've gone for Tornado! You disappointed?
Yes.
Did you think you've done enough to win?
Yes.
What about you?
Well, I think if I'd have actually got the weapons under control, I'd have probably done a lot better, but...
That's what I wanted to ask you about. You kept flipping when you should have been action. Action when you should have been flipping. And it was all totally out of sync. You should have been anticipating them coming to you.
I know.
The timing was totally off.
We've had no practice with it. It was only finished the night before we came, and there was no time to practice axing things and flipping things.
You see, it was only finished. It's only a new robot, you know. They haven't had much practice, you know.
We gave him a good run for the money for a walker, I think. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Anarchy!